Okay guys, so let me record a breakdown of today's trades. So yeah, let's start. So this is the second day of the 30-day challenge. And let's start with the economic calendar. Okay, so here we can see that we can trade today. We have PMI and non-farm employment change at 8:15 and 10. I knew that because of this news, EURJPY was probably not going to be good to trade. So I was watching these three pairs. EURUSD, as you can see, 50-minute time frame, nothing much for the first half of this, and now with news it swept major highs, major liquidity. So from now on, this can be a trade maybe. I'm not looking at it because it's past. It could be a good trade here, but it took my part, so I'm not gonna go into any trades anymore for today. So, okay, let's start with GBPJPY. So, on the daily, we can see that we are bearish because we reached into this particular bearish order block. As I marked it out right here, this is a lot of, it's a bit clogged up because it's from the lower time frames, but in the end, this is all you have to know. This is the order block and price reached into it, which is why we are bearish today. Okay, for our time frame, we have this fair value gap right here. So from there, what are we expecting? Price to reach lower, sweep out this swing low right here. So basically, IRL to ERL. Here we have this order block, which is why price is in the first place went into the 4-hour fair value gap. So I just marked it out just to know that. And then 1-hour time frame, nothing special. We have this swing high right here, and all of these lows, which is a major pool of liquidity. So that's, if we get a sweep of this, that's what we are targeting. We're going to be targeting these lows. So on the 15-minute time frame, we can see, so we did not need these, but I had them marked out. We can see that at the start of this, nothing much happened, but then we got a sweep of the 1-hour buy side, the high of the day, and the London high. Okay, so price pushed up higher and swept that liquidity. So from now on, I was looking for a short. We had this right here, 15-minute sell side and a 15-minute fair value gap in discount, which were my targets. So let's drop to the lower time frame now that we swept this liquidity right here. This is a major liquidity, and we are already in a 4-hour fair value gap, so we don't need to reach into this. That's why I was looking at this trade. So price created a break of structure right here with energy, and it used this fair value gap, which is why I didn't enter on this one, but I was going to enter on this one because this is the first in premium that was not used. So I set my limit order there and just waited for price to put me in the trade. Okay, the stop was a bit larger. Usually I would put my stop probably like 9 pips or 9.5 just above the high, but I did not want to do that because we had the 15-minute fair value gap right here, so price could have reached into that. And there's also one key thing, not only this one, but yeah, this was the entry. These were the targets for me today. Price went lower into these liquidities right here, so major liquidities. You could have easily made 6R on this one, but I want to just take a piece of the cake and move on. After I wanted to put stop loss to break even, which is what I did. Here is the all confluences that I took that I was considering to take this trade. So we had a sweep of liquidity right here. We had bias, the daily order block. You remember this one? That's why we are bearish. And then higher time frame fair value gap right here. Drawn liquidity right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. Time correct. You can see from 7 to 11. Break of structure plus fair value gap, break of structure, fair value gap. Okay, that's all we needed, and that's an A+ trade right here. So this is why this was an A+ trade. Now, as I entered the correlated pair, EURJPY right here, I had everything the same here. So if you look at it, we have a 4-hour order block, which is why we're moving lower, which is why we are bearish, and we reached into the 4-hour fair value gap right here. Okay, so this is the order block right here, these two candles, and then we have the fair value gap right here. That's why we are bearish. Okay, on the 1 hour right here, we also had this Asia high and one fair value gap that we did not need. We only need this high, which is the high of the day and London high. And on the opposite side, we had the London low. So basically, these were the key liquidities for today. We also have this liquidity right here, which might get reached. I'm not even interested in that. So on the 15-minute time frame, we can see price was going up. It needed to sweep this. Okay, so this was also sweep of liquidity, and this was also sweep of liquidity, but we need a major sweep of liquidity. Okay, so we are waiting. We have these targets: 15-minute sell side and this order block right here, and this one, of course. But I just needed these two for me to take a trade. That is good. So we dropped to the lower time frame, and as you can see, I was already in a trade right around here. So on the GBPJPY, and price moves simultaneously closer, like they are correlated. So when price is going up, price was about here in my stop loss, and I knew that price had, if it wants to go lower, it had to sweep this liquidity, the same liquidity that it swept on here. Okay, this one. And that is the reason why I had to put my stop a bit larger, because we knew that price wants to sweep this liquidity and then go lower. Okay, so that's the reason why this stop loss was better than, and why it was larger. Because of that, we needed to sweep the liquidity on that pair in order to go lower on both pairs. Okay, so this was a safe stop. Then here, as you can see, price swept out this liquidity, reached into the 4-hour fair value gap. The bias was bearish because of the 4-hour fair value gap and the 4-hour order block. So we have all of these. We have the draw liquidity right here. These liquidities, this one, and this one. And the time is right, as you can see. Then, as we can see, if we remove everything, this is a swing low, and also this is a swing low. Both of these get broken through, so this is a break of structure, and we have a fair value gap. So this is another A+ setup. I tried to execute it, but the problem is that when I tried to put the limit order, it didn't work, because the leverage with this 10K account is okay, so this is the current balance. This is the trade that I took on GBPJPY. So the current leverage is 1 to 30. So with that, I was not able to execute this trade with 1% risk. So I had to do it with 0.5%, and that did not work, as you can see, because I mean, I set the limit, but price already reached into the 2-minute fair value gap and went towards the target. I also tried putting my entry on this order block, but price did not reach above into it. So I couldn't get an entry here, which is fine, but it's just great to see that my A+ setups are playing out. This would be, if I was to execute both trades, I would make 6% today, but with 1% risk, and this would be 0.5 because it would not let me 1%, so basically 4.5% today. Great setups, great A+ setups, and price action was really good. As you can see, both setups delivered really nicely to the price, to the target. We had a little bit of drawdown here, but after that the delivery was straight to the point. Okay, and look at the price even during the macro. You see right here, boom, great price action, great price action. So yeah, that's the two trades that we had today, and this is the review for the 30-day challenge, day 2. We successfully executed our A+ setups, which means that we passed day 2 of 30-day challenge. Yeah, great setups and great session today, a great session also. So yeah, that's basically it. We wait for tomorrow and see what tomorrow has for us. Oh yeah, and one more thing. I figured out that watching 3 pairs at the same time isn't actually like bad. It's actually helping me, because I can just mark out these key liquidities or major liquidities, and be chill until one of the pairs sweeps something of these major liquidities, and then look for a setup. Whereas when I was trading only one pair, I would look also at this as a sweep, and these smaller 50-minute liquidity highs and lows, which just brings like an unnecessary trading, as you can see, because they are not major liquidities. So for example, we swept this 50-minute swing high right here. We were inside of the 4-hour fair value gap. So even though we had this liquidity above, I would still enter on this fair value gap, or on this one, because we did close below this low, as you can see. So this would be considered a break of structure. So I would take this short from here. The stop would be above the high, so it would basically look like something like this. And as you can see, I would get stopped out. So yeah, this 3-pair methods, it's not a method, I just watched 3 pairs, but it helps me actually remove some of the losses that I was making, those unnecessary losses. Okay, so yeah, we are gonna keep doing this. We're gonna wait for tomorrow. Same thing, 3 pairs, major liquidities. If something gets swept and everything is in line with the A grade or A plus grade setups, then we are gonna take it, and that's all we have to do for this 30-day challenge. The current state of the account is plus 2%, which is good. We need 10%. So we have on this 10k one phase, we have 10% profit target, and we have 6% drawdown. Okay, yeah, I think we can do this. We'll see how it goes. We are only here to execute good trades, and we are not gonna focus on the money. So only we are here to execute good trades. That's all. Okay. So yeah, that's it for today, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys.